Let me hit record. All right. What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome back to another FIFA 23 video. As mentioned in the 6 PM video, we were going to have a chat about my thoughts on where FIFA is at the moment and things going on in FIFA. And this, for one of the first times in a long time, doesn't come from a position of like frustration or anger. It comes from a position of just numbness. Like I literally don't care about the game. And maybe that's me. Maybe that's me getting older. Maybe that's me. I've seen it all before. We've talked about that before. But the reason why we're here today to talk about this is because I actually got a tweet today. I got lots of tweets today. I'm well popular on Twitter. You should go follow me. Twitter.com/NepentheZ. I got a tweet today from Avi Salam. He says, I miss your State of FIFA episodes. I don't want the short 6 PM content review. I want your opinion on FIFA, where you have a long episode in like a discussion with the community. And yeah, I'm down for that. And the reason why I'm down for that is because I play this game almost none at the moment. And I think if I wasn't a FIFA content creator, I probably wouldn't play it at all at the moment. And that's not actually to say that this is necessarily a bad game. It's a bad game. But I actually think for the first time ever, it's a bad game, not necessarily because of gameplay. I think one thing that is really interesting is that the gameplay itself, okay, it's sweaty a lot in Rivals because, you know, matchmaking is skill-based and this game is easy to be good at. But I actually think that's half the reason why the gameplay is good for a lot of people, because this game is easy to be good at. You know, it doesn't require too much skill to get 9, 11, 14 wins in FUT Champs. And if you can't get 9, 11 or 14 wins in FUT Champs, I apologize. I'm not taking shots at you. Just got to like get better now, haven't you? Just got to improve. But I think in terms of the gameplay, I personally enjoy playing this game when I'm playing Champs or when I'm playing Champs qualifiers. And that is because it's form-based matchmaking, not skill-based matchmaking. And the difference there is that you start at 0-0, I start at 0-0. You could be a Division 10 player, I could be a Division 4 player. I'm going to get a fun matchup and smash you, right? That's fun for me. But when I go to play the next person, they've also won their last game, so the likelihood is they're a bit better than a Division 10 player. And if you're that Division 10 player, you lost your game, the likelihood is you're now -1. You're going to match up against somebody who's also a relatively poor player, so you're going to get easier matchups as you go. So I really like that side of things, and I actually really like the gameplay. Both, if it wasn't for hypermotion on new gen because of the lengthy stuff, but on current gen, I quite like the gameplay. It's nice and sharp. It can be a bit frustrating at times, but it's better, in my opinion, than it has been in many years. And I think the fact that the gameplay is better than it's been in a few years, yet the game is more dead than it's been ever before at this stage in FIFA, is the reason why I've kind of lost interest in this game. And that is because it is genuinely too easy. For those of you that don't know, and I'll show you on stream here, first of all, why didn't you watch this video, right? Why didn't you watch this video? But second of all, I did about a month ago now, a 4-hour Road to Glory. I started a brand new account right here, literally a brand new account, and I had a 4-hour time limit. And by the end of the 4 hours, this was my team. I actually swapped out Dybala and put in, I remember who I put in, maybe Lozano, I can't remember. But this was my team after 4 hours. Now, bearing in mind that this was uploaded before Team of the Week, before Team of the Year, back in December the 29th. This is an outrageous team for just 4 hours. And then what happened is that when I actually played the games, and when I actually played for Champs all right, NepentheZ, we ended up getting, in that 4 hours, where's the rewards? There we go. We ended up getting the 60-point rank. So we got rank 4, which is the 14-win rank. And although I had to play, obviously, Rivals and qualifiers to get qualified for FUT Champs, I only used the team that I got in the 4 hours in FUT Champs. And the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of people ask, where's the Road to Glories gone? The Road to Glories are dead. And the reason why is because within 4 hours, I had a team that I got 14 wins with in Foot Champs, right? And the reason why that's a problem is because although the gameplay is fun in that regard, once you've completed Foot Champs, there is nothing more to do unless you play squad battles, which no one cares about. Unless you play rivals, which you absolutely have to sandbag yourself and stay in a division way lower than your actual division to have any enjoyable games out of that, which then makes it unenjoyable for the people that are naturally in the division that you sandbag to, which means they end up getting sandbagged or sandbagging themselves, which makes, you know, the trickle-down effect of loads of people effectively just having a terrible time in Rivals. So Rivals as a concept, Rivals as a space to play is just terrible. And because this year, for the first time ever, now there has always been matchmaking in friendlies, right? There has always been matchmaking. And it was always skill-based matchmaking based on your division, but it was loose. And what I interpreted from that, and what I kind of found from that when I was up into the Elite Division last year, is that you could be in the Elite Division and play Division 2 or Division 3 players. You could be in Division 2 and play Division 5 players, or potentially Elite players. So you would have like a fair balance of getting some easy matches, some hard matches, and some matches where you're on a par. It seems to be now extremely strict with how the matchmaking is. So if you're in Division 3, it seems to just be playing you against Division 3 players. Now, if you're in Division 3 naturally, every time you play against somebody in Division 3, it's theoretically a 50-50, right? You're against somebody on your skill level. So when EA are giving us an amount of games to complete an objective in friendlies, you know, we need to get 7 wins to get the 2 tokens today, and you've got 12 games to do it. The odds are some people just aren't going to be able to do it. The odds are most people may not be able to do this because it's so sweaty and it's so incredibly toxic, and you get people leaving at 1-1 and you get people leaving at 0-0, getting, you know, red card and just backing out. And okay, it doesn't cost you the game, but it does cost you your time and your mental, your kind of mental fortitude, I guess. And so one of the reasons why I've slowly but surely become disengaged with the game is because I don't want to go into rivals or into squad battles for a guy that wouldn't get into my team. And I think one thing with the players that are in the game, and one thing we're actually kind of on EA side in this set, is that when this Lindstrom came out, a few people in the stream chat were kind of like saying, oh, he's pointless card, L card, doesn't get into anybody's team, TBD has been here. You got to remember that you guys watching this video and people in the stream right now, you are such a small top percentile of people that play this game. Most people that play this game, this guy would be an upgrade for. If you go into Division 10, this guy would probably be in most of those guys' teams, because it's like, wow, I can get an 88 rated card for just playing squad battles. So the idea that every card that's released, that every SBC, every objective, you know, every player that gets put into packs, the idea that all of those are for you is just wrong. This card here is for people that might be new to the game, people that might be bad at the game, so they can play against on semi-pro difficulty in squad battles to get it. That might be, you know, a Frankfurt fan. They might be Danish. They might just be a card collector. This guy obviously isn't for somebody that plays the game to death and has 7 Team of the Years in their team, or, you know, 5 icons and Gareth Bale SBC and that kind of thing. So, and I don't mind that personally. I think it's great that there are more options, and I would like even more options, because I would love to be able to actually rock an Arsenal squad in Champs, because I'd want to play with an Arsenal squad. So I don't mind that this kind of card is here. Where I think the issue comes is that, once again, nobody wants to play the 35 games required. Nobody that, like, I think even people that want this card don't want to play the 35 games that are required for this card, right? It's just way too many on squad battles and rivals. However, the Anthony Gordon card, as you can see, I'm already 5 out of 7 with this, and I've only got to play 12 Foot Champs matches with him in my squad to get the 88 rated card, which is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, because I enjoy that game mode, and I think it's a testament to the fact that I don't like where I am at with this game. is that I obviously love FUT Champs and Rivals because I went straight in and did this straight away. And this card, I actually think could be a fun card. Once again, part of the issue becomes not, is the card good? Is the card meta? Are you going to batter people with this? Is he going to be able to score Travellas from 35 yards? Part of the issue is, if you've already played your Champs games, your Champs qualifiers and Champs games, there's no reasonable place to play with this card without putting yourself in a more difficult position. You know, nobody's going to take out the Jairzinho SBC to play with Gordon, because guess what? You're literally hampering your own performance within the game because of that. And because of that, this Gordon's useless. However, if there was a game mode, and when we last did a video about like complaining about the game, I talked about, you know, having not necessarily daily knockout tournament, but like a draft mode kind of thing, where you could use your own team, don't have to pay to enter and get like worse rewards. What I actually think the best thing to do for EA would be right now, and Inception I think had this idea, and I'm just kind of piggybacking on the back of it. But once you finish Champs and finish Champs qualifiers, right, you should just be able to play Champs qualifiers again, but just get those rewards untradeable instead, and then do them again and again and again, and run them as many times as you want for those immediate rewards in more relaxed gameplay, so that I can actually go and get that Gordon and play with that Gordon and have fun with that Gordon without thinking, oh God, I've now got to go into Rivals and play against the sweatiest guy with the sweatiest team and the sweatiest tactics. That's just not going to be fun. And so with that, it would then be great if there was more of these, you know, and again, I know, getting greedy, like this is okay, right? But also, there needs to be a way for every card to be played in Champs and qualifiers, right? I think that is the game mode. Like, basically, every card that comes out, whether it's Lindstrom or whether it's Anthony or something like that. Sorry, Anthony Gordon. It says Anthony. That's really confusing, isn't it? Or both of these cards, you should be able to earn in Rivals, Squad Battles, Champs qualifiers, or FUT Champs, right? You should just be able to do it, because why are you telling your customer base, if you want this card, you have to play in these areas? And it would be okay if it was like, you know, a special Rivals only card, but then it has to be worthwhile. And when things become worthwhile, the power curve gets boosted too quickly. When the power curve gets boosted too quickly, anything that's below the power curve is irrelevant. When things are below the power curve and irrelevant, we end up with a market like what we've got right now, where if we look at the brand new promo cards, there's actually a few that are still quite reasonably priced, but you end up with a situation where you've got a 17k, a 20k, an 18k, a 24k player, a 23k player. Not that the value of the player should be the be-all and end-all. And again, like, some of these players are cheap on purpose, because somebody who doesn't play the game very much can easily afford 16,000 coins to test out a future stars player. Perfect. But when the power curve gets moved so high, for people that play this game more than casually, there is nothing to do. And one of the things that I love doing on FIFA is the grind. It's why we did the 4-hour road to glory, the 6-hour road to glory. It's why last weekend, and that video will be coming next weekend, why I started a brand new account at about 10:30 in the morning, and I didn't stop playing it until I'd finished Champs. And it took me about 10 hours altogether, and it was just fun, because it's like, right, we've got a brand new account, let's complete the game effectively. But for EA to want people to actually spend time on this game, for EA to actually want people to care about winning 7 games in First Owner Fiesta, there has to be an overarching change of how the game is like developed ultimately, because the swaps tokens are all well and good. And when swaps got first introduced, it was wild. People loved it. And when icon swaps first got introduced, because icon swaps wasn't the first thing, there was like swaps for, I can't remember what they were, like black and yellowy cards. And it was amazing because it was brand new. And then they started rinsing the swaps concept. And now it's like, guess what? You can get a base, is that base Zola? A base Zola. Who cares? There's been already 70 icon SBCs and 30 World Cup hero SBCs and 50 regular hero SBCs. And then there's also been actual icon SBCs, to the point where unless you're just like the most hardcore of Gianfranco Zola fans, in which case you could probably have just bought him on the market because he's not that expensive. His base is coming in at 134k. This is pointless. And this Philippe Coutinho for 10 tokens, the reason why he's pointless is because, much like the card as the SBC that we got today, the Future Stars card, there's just 20 cards in the game exactly like this. So he doesn't offer any different value. And I think the fact that he doesn't offer any different value, other than, again, if you're an Aston Villa fan, a Brazil fan, a card collector, or just wanted to try this card out, maybe you'd spend your 10 tokens on him. And where the swaps content I kind of guess went wrong is there's so many ways to get untradeable packs now that even getting like an 84 by 20, it's not a buzz anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Okay, you need it for some fodder, brilliant. You want to complete that Mbappe Player of the Month SBC because guess what, he's meta and everybody wants him, brilliant. You can go and get this 84 by 20 rare players pack for 10 tokens, and you can probably get those 10 tokens from just doing the SBCs that pop up, and you might accidentally complete one or two by playing the game if you're playing champs and rivals in general. But I think something that was asked to me just before we started recording this video was about, EA have given us like one of the things that EA have to do is give content every day, so it's no surprise it'll be EL content sometimes. I disagree that EA need to give us content every day. On the contrary, I think, and what I said to the stream is, I would rather the quality of content than the quantity of content. I would rather only have 3 or 4 bits of quality content a week than 5 bits of shite, sorry for swearing, every single day. Because what happens is, and for me, why I've kind of, as I say, unless I'm actually making content, unless I'm playing Draft for Draft of Glory or making like a specific video, either a player review, share plays, or like a themed Road to Glory, 4 hours or 6 hours or whatever, I just don't play the game anymore. So I'm not completing objectives. I'm not completing the season pass. I'm not completing, I won't get to level 30 this season. I just don't play the game enough. And I actually wouldn't mind that Balogun, because obviously, he's an Arsenal player, so I wouldn't mind picking him up for the Arsenal past and present. But the truth of the matter is because of the way that EA have navigated the game this year, and it's been coming over the last 3 or 4 years, they've kind of made subtle changes every year to get to this point where we are this year. But because of the way they've navigated the game this year, what they've gone for in FIFA 23 is length of engagement on the game. And the best way to get people coming onto your game every day for a long period of time is to give objectives that require 7 wins, right? So you can go and play your 12 games now. That's going to take you some hours. Your 8 rivals wins, it's going to take you some hours. Your champs qualies, your champs games, and squad battles games if you want to get this Jesper. Like, there's no reason why this should be a 35 game card. There's no reason. And before they expired, I ended up not doing them in the end in the milestone stuff. You could get those like 82 and 84 rated like MLS cards and stuff that required like 40 odd games. And the reason why they do that and then put it on a time wall is because they want you on this game for as long as possible. And the way that they've kind of coerced people to being on this game for as long as possible is by giving all of these objectives that require an extensive amount of time to get something that probably isn't even an upgrade to your team. And the other thing that they've done this year, more so than ever before, is really fed into absolutely everything being untradeable. Squad battles rewards are not. Champs rewards are not. The red cards are, but obviously that's by the by. Because rivals rewards you get double for it being untradeable, most people take untradeable rewards from champs rewards, and champs qualifiers are not. But unlike in previous years, where most SBC packs would be tradable, most league SBCs and upgrade SBCs would be tradable, they even did some tradable party bags. I don't know if you guys remember, where you'd they'd release a Future Stars party bag, and it was tradable. Now, everything, or not everything, like 90% of this game is untradeable and offers untradeable rewards. And the things that offer back tradable rewards offer back minimalized tradable rewards. You used to get the last segment of like an icon would give you a 100k pack or an ultimate pack. Now we've got Steven Gerrard for an 87 rated squad, gives a rare Electrum players pack. It's tradable. Kaka, let's go for a big one. No, Rooney's only 6 segments as well. Who have we got here that's like one of the bigger icons? Hugo Sanchez. His biggest segment, which is an 88 rated squad, also only gives a rare Electrum players pack back. And so it becomes nearly impossible to accumulate and maintain a coin balance unless you're meticulous with how you run your account, which most people aren't. And because of that, guess what happens? If you want that player or you want those coins, you have to go to the store. And that's why they make so much money. And they, as I say, they've spent a fair bit of time gearing people towards this. You know, League SBC rewards continually got dumbed down and then half got made untradeable. Marquee matchups rewards that used to be insane. It used to be a really fun part of the week, marquee matchups. You know, you'd get like anywhere between like 100 and 150k's worth of packs for about like 15 or 20k. It was such a great way for people to build coins and to have an opportunity of packing something incredible that was tradable. Now we get a Prime Electrum, a Jumbo Premium Gold, a Jumbo Gold, and what was this one? A Gold pack. A Gold pack. It's just like, okay, a Prime Gold Players pack. Oh, no, it's only a Premium Gold Players pack at the end. Now, all of a sudden, it's like 60k's worth of packs tradable instead of 150k's worth of packs tradable. And the mode that you can get the tradable returns from all the time, which is the draft, is cost to enter. And unless you can go far regularly, you won't really make profit on. And even if you do make profit, unless you hit something massive, it'll be minimal, right? So as a game, as something that I used to log on to, I used to love the grind. I used to sit there spending hours every day opening bronze packs methods, right? I used to spend hours opening bronze packs. I used to spend hours grinding League SBC, saving packs for promos. I used to spend hours grinding gameplay. I used to spend, I would genuinely at times, especially if it was leading up to like a big event like Team of the Season or Team of the Year, spend 10 to 12 hours a day on this game, grinding it. Now, the thought of having to grind bronze packs, not to put into a League SBC to get the kind of ball rolling and the snowball effect, but I need to grind bronze packs now to make some coins. I need to grind bronze packs now so I can get 50k in the bank, so I can grind League SBCs until I run out of coins, until I go back to bronze packs again. And it's just wild to me that EA have done this. It's not at the same time because people continually play the game and they continually spend on the game. But for me, Team of the Year, which has always been the biggest event of the year, this year, I couldn't care less. I literally couldn't care less. I packed one Team of the Year. I didn't try very hard to get a Team of the Year. I didn't grind for Team of the Year. I didn't even complete all the SBCs that were on offer. Like, I just didn't do much at all. And because when I take you guys back to that, the 4-hour Road to Glory that I did, I know for a fact I will easily get my 11 wins with this team, probably for the rest of the game cycle. And so what incentive do I have to play? And that's when it comes back to the gameplay. The incentive I have to play is to play the game. And as explained already, playing qualifiers in Champs and Champs itself, I get enjoyment out of. I personally enjoy that area of the game. I don't really enjoy any other area of gameplay. Maybe draft here or there, but generally speaking, that's where I get my enjoyment. Well, guess what? It's Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. I've already qualified for Champs, which means for me now, the next thing for me to do outside of spending hours on bronze packs, hours trading the market, hours playing games in a friendly mode that's so competitive, it's a joke that it's called friendlies. The only thing I've got to do is wait until Friday. And then Friday I can go and get my 9, 11 or 14 wins. And once I've got those wins, I can go and get qualified again. And then what can I do again? I'll just wait again. And that's why I kind of, as I say, this video here doesn't come out of a position of anger or frustration, more just sadness. I'm just like, I have personally become disengaged with the game. This whole like, the whole like sentiment that EA have created of forcing that engagement has actually pushed me away. And although some of you are probably sitting here loving this game right now because you've got, you know, this World Cup Vieira or a Team of the Year or some massive cards that you couldn't have got in previous years. I believe that you're still in that phase of you haven't seen it enough yet. And for somebody like me that's played this game for so many years, I've seen everything come and go. And there was always a reason to play before. Whether that was winning Division 1 to get those 15,000 coins or building a fun silver team because it was competitive with gold teams and inform teams and special card teams. Whether that was creating a road to glory to see if I could get, you know, elite ranks in Foot Champs, you know, the initial Foot Champs rewards with the monthly rewards. I would play the living life out of that because I didn't want to miss out. And even qualifying for Foot Champs was like I don't know if this is going to happen. But now they've made that too easy. You only need to win 4 out of 10 games to qualify for Foot Champs. And more often than not, you'll get given 1 or 2 wins. And so it's like, it has become so casual friendly to every degree that if you play this game even a little bit more than casual, it just gets really boring really quick. And the saddest part is I don't think, what's up, Trusters, pal? I don't think there's anything they can do right now that would change that. I don't think this game has the infrastructure within it to actually change what they've sent this game into. And that means that we got to wait for EAFC 24. And if EAFC 24 is effectively FIFA 23 but branded to EAFC 24 with maybe the odd extra bell or whistle here, my sadness comes from the fact that I'm going to disengage with it more and disengage with it more and more until I eventually stop playing. And again, what I said at the top of the video, right, is maybe that is because I'm getting older. You know, I've got 3 children now. I've got other responsibilities outside of playing FIFA. Maybe I'm just aging out. Maybe I'm just getting too old to care about a video game. And that's something that could be genuine. But I don't think it is, because there are other aspects within gaming and within other styles of games like So Rare, you know, the fantasy football game, that I absolutely love the grind and the gameplay and the engagement of the game. Like, I cannot wait to start playing Hogwarts Legacy. Can't do it today, unfortunately, I don't have the time, but I can't wait to start playing it. So I don't think it's the fact that I don't want to play a game. I just don't want to play this game. And that's sad. That is just sad. And so, as I say, I think to end with, I don't have an answer as to, I don't even have, like, anything I think of that would make me think, if EA just did this, this would keep me engaged. Everything that I've thought would keep me engaged, they've implemented at some stage or another over the last 3 or 4 years, and it hasn't kept me engaged. Everything I thought would get me playing this game for no reason hasn't kept me playing the game for no reason. You know, Rivals, for example, you get no, absolutely no detriment for losing the game. And, you know, when Rivals first got introduced with the season stuff here, it's like, all I have to do is play, like, let's say I get up to the Elite Division, all I have to do is play the 90 games for 2 100k packs in a Prime Gold Players Pack. But the reason why even that doesn't matter anymore is because you can get 2 100k packs. I could just go and get 10 tokens now and go and get it from swaps and get an 84 by 20, right? And guess what? They're untradeable. And then for the rewards, you don't have to, you can lose every game in a row for 30 games and you're still in the same division. So you're not going to lose that kind of like, oh no, if I get relegated to Division 4 or to Division 5 or to Division 6, I'm not going to get that reward. Can't even do that anymore. You can just play and eventually you'll get your 8 wins. But because it's way too competitive in Rivals, it becomes an unenjoyable experience to play the game more than a game or two. At least for me anyway. And so, as I say, as like shocking, I'll go off on a tangent again. For me personally, I don't actually have any reasonable solution to what EA can do to make this game fun, other than giving champs qualifiers and the ability to be repeatable after you finished it, but untradeable. because at least then I would actually try out and experiment with teams and players. I would do things like try and get, my Arsenal players to 100 games or 100 goals, because I'd be able to do it in a more friendly setting, in a more friendly manner. However, as I say, over the last 3 or 4 years, EA have introduced things that I've thought would be good for the game, and they just haven't been good for the game. They've been terrible for the game. And so maybe that would even not be good for the game. And so I don't have the answer as to how they rectify this or fix this or create a situation where I want to get on the game to grind again. All I know is that in the current state of where it is, I just don't want to play it. I just don't want to play it. And I think based on the responses I'm seeing in my chat on stream from a lot of people, and based on the sentiments that I get from Twitter from a lot of people, a lot of you guys as well log on at 6, see what's there, and log off at 6 again. But the issue with that is that gives EA the ability to show to the guys upstairs at EA and the shareholders and the people that matter, look how many people log on every day to our game. And that's how they're winning. That's how they're getting us. That FOMO, what if there's something sick today? What if there's a new party bag pack or a new share play pack or, a new gamble pack? What if there's an icon upgrade SBC that I can do and get a choice of 3 icons from? And that's why people log on. And it's why the game is in a decline for that bubble of people, that small 1%, the nipple effect, that small 1% of people that genuinely care and want to spend time on this game. They're the guys that aren't. And the guys that are spending time on the game and spending money on the game are the guys that don't actually care but play it as little as or as much as they want when they've got, the missus gone shopping for an hour, gonna hop on FIFA. The kids went to bed early tonight, gonna hop on FIFA. That's the sort of people that are playing this game and loving this game. But for anybody else, they just anybody who plays games, is a gamer or plays this game, hard and wants to engage in this game, it's not that there's nothing there. There's loads there. As I said, right, I haven't even done the moments that's there. I haven't done the squad battles. I haven't even played squad battles at all for Rewards this year. I haven't played Rivals for 2 seasons now. I didn't even play FUT Champs for 2 weeks in a row. I've missed out so many objectives. I've missed out so many milestone players and everything, which is unusual for me. I used to do everything. And the reason why I got to that point is because, as I showed with the 4-hour Road to Glory, is it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Because I can start a brand new account today and within 4 hours have a team that will get me to the same win record as this team or as a full team of the year team will be. And that for me is a problem. And yeah, as I say, I don't have the answer to it. I'm not angry at the game. I'm not frustrated with the game. I can feel myself slowly but surely just losing that interest to log on again and log on again and log on again. And the truth of the matter is, I don't want to feel like that. I want to get on FIFA every day. I want to see it as wow, I get to play FIFA again today. I can't wait to get on and do this, and I can't wait to get on and do that. That's what I want from it. It's not like like I said, it's not like it's not like I want to hate the game. I want to love this game, and I want what I love is building something from nothing. And that's why the Road to Glory series for me was always so important, because it showed people that if you just spend time on this game, this is what you can have. But I can show you that now within a couple of hours, half a day at most. This is what you can have. And because it became too easy to get a competitive team way too quickly, all of that will and want to grind became pointless, because now I can get to the 95% team in 4 or 5 hours, and then I can't even get to the 96% team in 4 or 5 weeks after that. And that's the problem. It's so easy to get there and then so hard to get any further. And all you end up doing is side grading and spending loads of time tearing your hair out doing it. And anyway, I am fully rambling, but that's where I'm at with it, guys. I did want to do this little update and little chat about it, because I haven't done one in a long time, and I'm in a different place with it mentally than throughout the World Cup, where I was frustrated and angry that what they were giving us was terrible, and what they promised, or what appeared to be with like that card collection of those World Cup players and stuff, wasn't what we got. And I was actually angry that we didn't get a proper World Cup game mode, because the last 2 World Cup game modes were parts of the best memories that I have within FIFA Ultimate Team. So I was frustrated that we didn't get those, right? And that's why I made like an actual like, I'm frustrated and angry about this video. This is more of I'm over it. I'm over it. Not to say that the content will stop or that we won't keep trying, because as I say, I love this game. I've dedicated many years of my life to playing this game and making a living and a career out of this game. It's not like I'm like, all right, I'm over it, I'm walking away. I'll keep trying, but it would be nice to have a little bit back from EA with us. And yeah, I know the FM guys did something recently, like a round table where they got 4 or 5 FM creators and just discussed their thoughts and feelings on FM. And I think I would love to do that with some creators in the FIFA scene that are at different stages within FIFA. You know, someone like Run the Foot Market Nick as a trader, someone like Nick28T, who's an old school gamer that used to do the things that I used to do, someone like a professional, like a pro FIFA player, someone like a Foot Crunch-esque or a Chusters-esque player that uses a game as the vehicle to drive their content, and have a chat with those sort of people about what they perceive the game to be, because it might do nothing, but it might be brilliant. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, that's going to be the end for today. Sorry for taking up, nearly 40 minutes of your time. Yeah, but that's my thoughts on FIFA. If you enjoyed it, drop a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.